Kelly, and I really love miniature houses. So if I seem a little frazzled or not so done up today, it's because my daughter is on spring break and I'm just doing the best I can. I'm in the back area of my house. There's a train going off in the distance. She's playing video games with Chris, and life is just life. But I'm here to talk about something way more exciting than a 41-year-old's version of spring break. I'm here to talk about making a dollhouse. Now, because I mentioned my daughter, you might ask me, oh, is this for her? That's so sweet. No, this is for me. This dollhouse is for me. I'll go ahead and explain that she has her own dollhouse and it is perfect for a 5-year-old, and it's like 4 stories tall and has all the little things in the little rooms, and it spins around and it's great. So this one is for me. And it's kind of in my blood. I mean, if I had to like defend myself, which I totally don't, because it's one of the simple pleasures in life, being able to make a dollhouse. But if I had to defend myself, I would say that some of the first found and recorded dollhouses, or they called them baby houses, not because they were meant to be played with by babies, but because they were basically, if your house had a baby, they were found in Germany, I think around the 1500s. So being half German, this is definitely perfect. And being an adult, excellent, even better, because these were made for adults in Germany. So it's in my blood, it really is. So here's what I'm gonna be going through and what I'm gonna be making. I'm gonna be making a cabinet dollhouse. And it's going to be made out of this cabinet that I bought like 10 years ago from somebody's garage, and it's been in 2 different rentals and now 2 different houses, and then it was in my garage because I had thought about buying a dollhouse, and they are super expensive to like buy even just the kit. And they're very expensive already made, although there are some exceptions. I've seen some for pretty good prices, but you either have to freight them to you, which is very expensive, or they're like many hours from me. So it's just, it wouldn't be cost effective in the end to get those. But I have seen a cabinet dollhouse that I think is kind of similar to what I've got going on here, and I'm going to use that as the basis for the outside, but at a roof. And I really want to take you all along on the process. So I'm going to show you a little bit of what I have in mind. So I'm going to just open this up, and I don't really need to be in the shot here. Here's what we've got going on. Now, I'm going to be making this house to my skill level, which is not high. I can make things, and I'm good at making things. I'm not good at building things. I think there is a distinction to be made there. So I'm going to be making this as simply as possible and keeping things as original as possible. So as you can see, one area, the bottom area is taller, which is perfect, because we're going to have the bedrooms and bathrooms upstairs. So it'll almost be kind of similar to the house that I actually live in, because we have almost 12-foot ceilings downstairs, but we only have 9-foot ceilings upstairs in this Victorian house. So it's perfect. It makes sense. And this is some of my daughter's furniture. It's 1/12 scale, and it fits upstairs. So I feel good about not having to move the shelf, because I really am wanting this to be a stress-free project and not so hard on myself, and also not spending a ton of money. Also, I found a sign in my house that kind of mimics what the front of the dollhouse that I found as inspiration. It mimics it. And so I just pilfered this from my kitchen. And I think I'm going to use this as the front of the house. So what I'm going to do is take this off, put on a wooden backing, and put it here and make it to where you open it so I won't have to have giant knobs. You'll just kind of open them with this and it'll be attached only to one side. And it'll just kind of open like this and then close. And I think that'll be really good because I've got like a door here. So I think we're gonna have 5 windows, one here, and then 1, 2, 1, 2, and then this sort of in the middle. And the outside is gonna be more realistic. The inside is gonna be more whimsical. I have lots of inspiration throughout my life. I was given the Secret Garden book when I was first adopted, when I was about 9 years old. And ever since reading the book and then watching the movie that came out in 1993, I was just obsessed with the Secret Garden. And so that house was just wondrous. Like that, the house was actually a set, but it was quite wonderful. But I had to have Ivy, I had Laura Ashley Ivy wallpaper, bedspread, pillow covers, a lampshade, the dust ruffle, I don't know, I think there might have even been a rug. It was all the same Laura Ashley Ivy pattern. I was basically trying to live in the Secret Garden. So I had that. We had a wardrobe in our house growing up, and like every time it rained, I would just sort of move the blankets aside or the coats and kind of knock on the back and go, okay, you know, there's no Narnia today. So I've definitely always been a fan of film sets, stop motion, of course anything Wes Anderson. I really like the color palette, so I think I'm going to go a little bit more realistic on the outside but more whimsical, kind of like that bright kind of Wes Anderson on the inside. I also like stop motion, like Robin, like The House, that like kind of creepy 3-part stop motion, anything Leica. Of course I'm obsessed with Coraline. So houses and house sets are just something that's always fascinated me. So this is custom, tailor-made this project for me. So yeah, I'm gonna draw like a lot of inspiration from there. It's not gonna be from one specific, but definitely a lot. I also really liked needle felt. So I don't think that I'm gonna make the inhabitants of the house human. They might be mice, because I've heard having a mouse in a dollhouse is good luck. So they might be little mice figures that I'm gonna needle felt myself, perhaps. But either way, it's gonna be really fun. And so we're gonna have maybe 4 to 5 rooms on the inside, like a kitchen, dining room together, a living room, and then upstairs maybe 1 to 2 bedrooms and a bathroom, or maybe just a bedroom in the bathroom depending on what I can fit. But on this, I want to build out a roof that is open or has hinges where the roof opens. I've seen a lot of those. And I want to have a study and and maybe another bedroom, and then have maybe another floor that has like an attic part where I could like actually decorate the house for Christmas and put those decorations or any extra furniture in the attic like you actually would. And so we're gonna have the roof that comes up, maybe 2 chimneys, and then like a widow's walk, and maybe on top of that I might have like something for like plants, and then maybe like an easel and some art stuff up there. So I think I'm gonna be able to do a lot even with this piece of furniture, and it's great because it's like so solid wood. Didn't have to build this except for, you know, the roof. I think it's And then the walls, I think it's going to be much more in my wheelhouse of things to do. So I want this to be kind of an example on the outside of like a Georgian type house. I think is what I'm going for. But I don't really want to stay in any rules. And if you're going to take on a project like this, I would suggest the same. I think when we're like, we have to make it look just like this. We have to make it look just like a Georgian house. A Georgian house wouldn't have a widow's walk or something like that. But when you put yourself in those categories, I find like my imagination can sometimes really get stifled. And I'm the kind of person who, I do like to work within constraints. I'm going to work within a budget. I'm going to work within like, you know, here's what I've got. This is what I have to work with. But I think sometimes just saying it has to look exactly like this. And, you know, if this type of house wouldn't have that, then I can't have it either. I think that takes away from, in this particular type of project, away from some of that whimsical nature, which I think is just really too bad. That's why on the inside, I want to go full whimsical, but I had thought about making it look like a set, because I had built a really miniature, I'll have to see if I can dig out some pictures of a Coraline house, but I got so stuck on it needing to look just like the Coraline house on the outside that it really wasn't like a pleasure to work on at times, and I really want this to be pure pleasure. And I didn't want to say, oh, I want it to look like Fantastic Mr. Fox, I want it to look like Box Troll, because like I would really feel like I would need to make it look just like that. I don't want that fun to be taken away, so I just want it to be a fun, whimsical dollhouse, probably for mice. And I hope you all follow along, because I'm going to start with cleaning this off. I'm going to do some sanding, then I'm going to paint the outside, and I'm going to basically work on the outside next. So that's really what you can expect, and I'll be taking you through that on the next video. I don't know like how many videos it's going to take for this, because I think it's going to be kind of a big undertaking. I don't want to spend like a crazy amount of money. There's a lot of tutorials on like how to make like some 1/12 scale dollhouse furniture that I think is going to save me. And then if it is mice, I kind of want to use odds and ends. Like in the study, I had already thought about making a like wainscoting, but made out of pink pearl erasers, like maybe 2 or 3 like stacked on each other and going along like the back wall or something. So making it like a little bit more fun and try not to spend too much money. But I hope you really enjoyed this video, and I really cannot wait to see you in the next one as we transform the outside of this minus the roof. The roof will come probably in part 3. So